How's my mic level? Is it? Like I'm live? Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the quarterfinal of the US Open Singles Qualifier 2025. Ollie Pridmore to serve. Vaughan Hamilton to receive. It's best of 3, 6-game sets, love all. $15 love. Chase, better than the door.
Okay, welcome everybody. We are here for the third qualifying match of the day between Vaughan Hamilton and Ollie Pridmore.
Down, better than 2. 2 chases.
I am joined currently by nobody. Oh, well, Mr. Ryan Carey, my mute co-commentator.
15 love, receiver. Better than the door.
I'm going to offer you some real deep insights, as I know very little about either of these players. Seeing Ollie Pridmore for the first time. Vaughan I've seen at the pro singles.
Won the chase. 30 love, better than 2. Won it.
Oh,
Go better than a yard. 40 love.
Vaughan has unfortunately washed his white shirt with a series of other multiple colours.
Chase,
So we have a
40
rainbow
love.
effect working down his back currently. But Ivan seems to be letting it play as predominantly white. Ollie off to a very fast start here.
40 love, server leads 5 and 6. Fault. Chase, half a yard. 15-40.
Ryan is admonishing himself for that cutaway.
Game server, 1 game to love.
Okay, Ollie with the early lead.
15 love.
I'm going to try and log into the match also, so I can see the chat. Definitely fire in any questions that you have. Great volley there.
30 love. Stroke. 15-30.
Yeah, for those who haven't played Westwood, that shot there from Vaughan, it is extremely fast in the corners. If you can find the floor in the corners, you're going to have a good day.
40-15.
Ollie looking very steady so far. Vaughan struggling to find his plan A. That's a good shot.
30-40. Fault.
Ooh, look down. Yeah, good shot. You
Deuce.
see there, Ollie missing the winning gallery low about halfway through that rally. The sills are very high, dead on is very narrow. Oh, get. No worries.
Chase 2. Deuce.
We have Max Truman joining us now.
Advantage, Chase 2
Good
yards.
afternoon.
All right, straight in. Max, who have you got?
I think Ollie, to be honest.
Is that because he's got a one love lead?
Yeah.
Yeah. Insurmountable lead. Have you seen Ollie? You know a lot about Ollie's game?
Ollie's been up at Tuxedo with us for 3 weeks now.
Okay.
So we've been on court a lot. I think he's currently
Advantage
battling
server,
a little
2
bit of
yards.
flu-y symptoms.
Oh no.
So that could make a difference out here. But the last few weeks he's been hitting the ball pretty nicely.
Fault.
But I mean, I think everyone knows he just runs around, swings at the ball, and gets on with it.
Yeah, this will be my first time seeing him play. I've definitely heard that he's a great retriever,
He is.
good foot speed.
Yeah, he
Game
loves
server,
to
1
run
game all.
around, slide around, and just get a lot of balls back,
Yeah.
Fault.
which is quite entertaining to watch.
Yeah, and Vaughan's pretty steady too. I've only seen him at the Pro Singles last year, but I'd say pretty similar. Very, very solid. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's Vaughan's
15
game.
love
He's very
receiver.
solid. Gets quite a lot of balls back as well.
Yeah. I kind of like that two-handed backhand.
It is very nice.
Worse than first gallery.
That's a good shot.
30 love.
What did you think of the court?
Fast would be the way to describe it.
Yeah.
Everything is quick. It's very consistent, but the penthouse is lightning fast. Tough to find, as Vaughan's kind of
40
experiencing,
love.
tough to
Worse than
find
first.
a consistently effective serve.
Yeah.
But then equally, when you're returning, everything's very reactive, very fast. You can find yourself a ball that you're kind of taking for granted can have you all of a sudden off balance.
40 love.
So,
Server
Ryan's
leads.
currently turning me down
Worse
because he
than
disagrees with
first
everything I
gallery.
say. He's threatening to mute me.
$15.40.
Which one's that? Ryan is, as Ollie misses that backhand, Ryan is explaining that we have a bleep out sensor button.
that could be quite helpful.
Game 2 games to 1.
I'm sure
Server
that was
leads.
used extensively in my match earlier.
Yeah, it's tricky to find a serve out here. That roof is so slippery.
Yeah. Yeah. So what are your thoughts?
I just stuck to a bobble, to be honest. Even the
Out of
bobble's
court.
quite tough to serve.
15 love.
Yeah.
As soon as that ball hits the roof, it just slides. I guess all you're sort of trying to do with the serve is just limit their options. And I just thought that bobble did that quite effectively. But yeah, it's just tough. I think it's tough from both ends
15 all.
Yeah.
to receive serve. Like you said, it's just as soon as that ball's on that roof, it's like pinball.
Yeah.
It's just bouncing around, sliding around. So if you just got to keep those feet moving.
Hazard 1 and 2.
And that's going to happen a lot as well. The
15 all.
back walls are very fast, so anything that misses grill, anything that hits back wall is going to threaten the hazards.
Oh, yeah.
Just everything is fast. Oh,
No. Chase a yard.
Had a
Hazard
good
1
bit
and
of it
2
there.
and a yard.
Nearly
15
got
all.
splits.
yeah.
Also find it's very, with the aircon on out there, makes it very dry,
Yes.
which is strange.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever felt it before, but the lips get really
15
dry,
all.
throat gets a
Chase
little bit
hazard
dry.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's from the aircon.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Coming from Newport, Rhode Island, where it's been extremely cold on the court, it was nice to
Yeah.
be comfortably down to.
Yeah.
30,
To shirt and shorts,
15,
but you're right, it's,
receiver, chase a yard.
Oh, get instruction. Is that good? Oh, good rip.
Thirty all.
But no, I think first time here for a lot of people, which is
Yeah.
Fault.
yeah, really exciting.
Yeah.
You can kind of see in that shot there, kind of up above last gallery. There's that's where the tan bar is, and there's beautiful viewing there.
Very cool club.
Yeah. The room kind of above the dead on is extremely nice too. Rare error. from Ollie there.
40-30 server.
New camera angles from Ryan.
That's right.
Deuce.
See what Vaughan's trying to do there. It's so severe off the back wall that you're trying to cut it off, but then maybe you kind of take on the wrong ball. But you have to make these decisions so fast.
Yeah.
Advantage server.
Oh, that was a good finish.
Stroke.
Ooh.
Deuce.
It's quite a pivotal game in the first set.
Yeah.
Pridmore can take it, then gets a nice little 2-game lead.
Oh, look at this. I mean, that's the serve I was going with.
Chase half
Yeah.
yard worse than
It's
6.
so fast off the roof. If
Deuce.
you can just get a chaotic 2 or 3 bounces.
Yeah, could literally do anything.
Yeah.
Advantage.
And that's kind of what's
Half-yard
happened there.
worse
It's
than
very
6.
reactive off the back wall. So Ollie's kind of thinking about maybe volleying that, and then all of a sudden it hits back wall. It cuts down aggressively, kicks into him. It's
Definitely.
fast to. You have to make decisions very early.
Yeah.
Advantage receiver. Half a yard worse than 6.
Oh, it's a good ball.
Game
And big
receiver,
game.
2 games all.
It's kept scoreboard pressure on.
Yeah. I think the boast works very well here. As much as the walls are super bouncy and fast, the ball definitely grips onto that side main wall.
Yeah. And if you've threatened a couple of cut volleys or something into that forehand corner, they start leaning, and then you
Yeah.
can quickly get
15 love.
a fast boast into that other corner. Oops.
15
Pridmore's
all.
done pretty well to win that point.
Absolutely.
Down, chase,
Yeah, there
2
you
and
get
3.
got a great view of it there. How fast that is,
15
how
all.
quickly that comes down.
It's more severe than C court.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, shot.
And better than second.
Tony, you've been making the balls for all of these tournaments.
I have, yeah. Well, this is the first first official US Open with the new US ETA balls.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'll make all the cores and then ship them off to the various events.
Well, I think they're playing very well.
Oh, thank you very
15
much.
all. 2 and 3.
Yeah, I couldn't blame the balls in my match. That's a good shot.
30-15
Yeah, I
server.
think this court makes
than
chases sort
second.
of like better than 2, 1 and 2 very beatable on the floor.
Really is, yeah.
Which I guess, for me especially, coming from C court and you,
Yeah.
it's quite
30
nice
all.
to be able to go back to that and just be able to hit cut volleys
Yeah.
to burn in the yard pretty consistently.
Yeah, you know if you hit the floor, that ball's going to come down.
Mm-hmm.
Fault. Stroke.
There, yeah. It's very aggressive.
Yeah.
40-30.
Vaughan's at Prested, right?
Vaughan is at Prested, assistant professional to Levi Gale.
How's the court at Prested? Is that lively? Is it dead? Or what's the...
It's pretty lively.
There we go. We've got Pridmore
Pretty,
slide.
pretty bouncy.
Deuce.
But then it's got the glass back wall at
Okay.
the hazard end.
Okay, which will deaden it.
Which deadens it off a lot. So I find serving pretty tough there as well. The roof is a bit like here, where it's very slippery.
Okay.
And then obviously having the glass, sort of if you hit a spinny serve, it doesn't really
Advantage
do much.
server.
But hitting a railroad, it hits the glass and it just dies.
Got it. So you get it in and around the nick and it's going to stay.
Yeah.
Fault.
A first dive from Ollie there. I heard that's a Pridmore trait.
That is definitely a Pridmore trait. Seen a lot of that this week.
Kind of penthouse to penthouse.
Yeah, the ball coming off the penthouse hits
Game
that
server,
floor and
3
it jumps so
games to
far
2.
forward.
3-2.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us players have been struggling to finish the point where at most courts that would be point over.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of just, I think people just aren't
15
expecting
love.
that jump.
No, it's very different. It's very, but again, it's very consistent. But it's
Mhm.
just whoever's going to adapt and
Yep.
kind of trust their read.
Yeah, I think I've said it a few times this week. It's just everything's very consistent, but everything's just so different.
Yes.
It's like you got the fast floor, fast walls, but then it also grips
15
off the
all.
walls.
Yeah.
And then the roof is fast. I think everything sort of contradicts each other, which I guess is a good thing because it makes it very tough to play, which
Yeah.
is cool to see who can get used to it and who can sort of make
Yeah,
it
exactly.
work.
Who can adapt?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just something different compared to people
30,
going to
15.
different courts and just getting used to it. And this sort of just has an edge to it every match,
Yeah.
where someone could come out today and play super well, and then maybe tomorrow come out and, I don't know, maybe they're not feeling
Hazard
great
1 and
and
2.
not moving as well, which
30,
can make a
15.
huge difference here.
Yeah. No, if you're confident and leaning in and sharp, and you are finding the floor, like you can really put some pressure on someone. But if
Yeah.
you're even 5% off, you're going to get punished.
Yeah.
That's a good ball.
Out of court.
Timbre is wide open, kind of
40-15,
similar to
Hazard, 1 and 2.
Tuxedo or
It is pretty similar to Tuxedo, yeah.
yeah. It sits a little bit deeper. Is that?
Yes. Actually, I'd probably say it isn't. I think at Tuxedo, if you hit it down the line, it will hit the timber, then the sort of middle of the back wall on the full. Compared to here, it tends to hit the floor first,
Right.
which just makes
very
it so
tricky.
tough because you got to cut it off, sort of low down.
Yeah.
And if you do leave it to hit that floor, then back wall, it just rips.
No, I found it tough. The timber's driving you towards the back wall
Yeah.
because everything's going to go so deep, but
Yeah.
everything that hits the back wall is pushing you way up the court, so
Yeah.
you kind of get caught in two minds occasionally.
40-15.
I mean, the openings here are just
Receiver
so
leads.
small as well.
Hazard,
Yeah.
1
The
and 2.
ledges are,
Hazard.
I mean, I don't know the number, but it feels as though they're another foot taller than a lot of other places.
That's hit his foot.
30-40.
So Vaughan has just kind of quietly moved out to a 3-2 lead with a point for 4-2.
Fault.
That's a good ball. Yeah, Ollie's done well to turn that point around. Heavy
Yeah.
ball from Vaughan.
Deuce.
Ollie made a good get, slightly loose from Vaughan. Ollie punishes it. That was solid.
That's what I like about the two-handed backhand. When you do take it later, it becomes very heavy.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
Has
think
it
there's
worse
also
than
a problem with
deuce?
the two-hand where you can get a little bit pushy.
Yep.
Fault.
But I mean, I love watching two-handers. It looks great.
Yeah, yeah. It'll be interesting as people start picking up the game younger. You look at like Cam,
Advantage
Bryn,
has it
Lumley,
worse than
these
two.
guys. They would have been two-handed both sides, I'd imagine, like all of them at
I
some
would
stage.
assume so, yeah.
It'd be interesting to see if that two-hander becomes more prevalent,
Yeah.
kind of similar to lawn tennis in that respect.
Yeah.
If you've been doing something since
Advantage
you were 4
server.
or 5 years old,
Hazard chase.
gonna
Worse
keep
than
doing it.
2.
Yep.
Hazard.
Yeah, I mean, you see a lot of the top boys now using two hands, volley especially.
yeah.
It's
Cam,
3-2
Lummers,
to the server.
Bryn, obviously, he's two hands all the time.
So do you know the story of how these guys found the game, how they picked it up?
I know
Youth.
that Pridmore, he played a lot of squash when he was younger.
Okay.
In Hobart, and I think he was literally, I think what he told me, he was walking down the street with his grandma and just stumbled across
it's
the
a great get from Vaughan.
Advantage
the
server.
Hobart Royal Tennis Court.
Oh, wow.
And they just went in, got offered a free lesson, and I think from there that's where it came.
Oh, amazing.
Not sure about Vaughan, to be honest. But yeah, Pridmore was,
Chase.
and I think he must
Nearly a
have
yard
been
worse than last
12-ish,
gallery.
Okay.
12, 13 at that time.
It's interesting. I'd say his movement looks more like a kind of extreme lawn tennis. Like
Yeah.
he's got that almost like Djokovic slide.
Yeah, like the very open stance slide.
Yeah.
Advantage receiver.
Someone that looks like they would
Nearly a
slide
yard
on a
worse
hard
than
court type
last
thing. Whereas I
gallery.
feel like the squash movement tends to be more that deep lunge looking to explode
Yeah.
back out.
Yeah.
Game receiver, 4 games
Okay,
to 2.
we've got. We have a question in here from Tiny Habits.
15 love.
Prep checks. What shoes are they wearing? I know for a fact that Pridmore is wearing Asics or Asics.
Or A Sykes.
Yeah. I personally am not a huge fan of Asics.
Okay.
I do like the K-Swiss. And I've also
15 all.
just got a pair of the new Canso brand, which we've been trying out up in Tuxedo.
Is that the Salming?
I think, yeah, maybe the designer of Salming or I'm not exactly sure the connection, but there's some sort of sounding connection there.
Okay.
30,
I
15.
haven't tried those yet.
I really like them. They're super comfortable.
Ben Gatenbeek thinks that Pridmore gets his shoes out of the lost property.
Pretty much. We did. He came to Tuxedo 3 weeks ago in the same pair of shoes that we got for him in Seacourt a year ago.
Okay.
So I think
That's hard.
Tim and I sort of made him buy a new pair.
40, 15.
But I think that's usually a Pridmore trait, is to take people's hand-me-downs.
I have a feeling Vaughn's also look like the tennis Asics.
Strokes.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he wears actually.
30, 40.
I think Pridmore may need this game to try and stay in this first set.
Yep, stay touch tight. Like we said, he's struggling a little bit with illness, so I'm sure he doesn't want to be in a deep 3-set battle.
Especially
better
if
than 4.
he does go on to win and
You
then
need
having
to
to play another
stroke.
game later
Thank
on
you.
today.
Yeah,
It's going to be tough.
Deuce.
just the emotional dip of dropping a set. I can see that then harder to keep
Stroke.
those energy levels high.
Yeah. Vaughan
Advantage
just
receiver.
come back from a 40-15 down to have an advantage.
There it is. Yeah, keep those feet moving, Vaughan.
Yeah.
Keep those K-Swisses
Deuce.
moving.
Yeah. Back to the shoes. I don't think there's much.
Oh, there's that slide again. I like it.
Yeah. There's not much variation in shoes in court tennis, I don't think.
Chase worse than 3.
I think a lot of people are either
Deuce.
Asics, K-Swiss. There's quite a few Nike,
Yeah.
or Nike, as we're in America. But
What's your view on squash shoes versus tennis shoes for the court tennis?
I prefer tennis shoes. I
Advantage
tend to prefer the
worse than 3.
sort of clay court shoes with the herringbone sole.
Okay.
I mean, I guess being in Tuxedo now, we have clay tennis courts anyway, so we use a lot of clay shoes.
Right.
And I've just found on the court tennis court they work very well. I think it also depends which court you're at as well. Some of the floors you go to are just
Advantage
fine
server.
for wearing squash shoes.
Chase worse
I just
than
find that the
3.
Salmings are fairly slippery on some surfaces because they're obviously made for the squash wood.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I tend to prefer the tennis. They tend to have a little bit more support through the sole of the
Exactly, yeah.
shoe. So
Yeah.
the knees and hips can hurt a little bit more, I find, with something like a Salming.
Yeah, I also just
I do actually like the traction
Game
of a
server.
Salming, but
Yeah.
Five
I just
games
find
to
that
2.
a tennis shoe is gonna.
Yeah, I find the
Bizarre.
squash shoes very. I think that I just find them too light.
Yeah. 5-2 now, Vaughan.
Yeah, that was a big game to win from 40-15 down. This is where the two-hand works so well.
And he took that confidently, but I can tell
15
you from
love.
being out there, like you see that ball up on the side penthouse, and you're like, oh,
It's
I
tough,
don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, having that two-hand off that side penthouse, it's just like having a left hand, really.
Oh, Gatenbeek asking about badminton shoes. I am pretty sure something like an A6 just lists their
15
shoes as
all.
volleyball,
Yeah.
and then you just use them for badminton. Oh, but I think there are like Yonex or like
You can
those-
get Yonex ones. I'm not going to lie, I don't think there's a huge difference. I think indoor
No.
shoes are indoor shoes.
It's like Caracal selling pickleball grips.
Exactly.
30, 15.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the shoes are, I think they all just sort of go under indoor sports.
Could get.
I mean, I guess for the manufacturers, it's all for marketing. Different things. Like if you play all the sports, some people are going
40,
to want to have
15.
lawn tennis shoes, squash shoes,
Yep.
etc.
I did like that from Pridmore, as the ball's kind of rattling around, just missing timbre. He's definitely on his toes. He's always
Yeah.
bouncing around. I think
Yeah.
he's going to adjust and react very well.
Yeah.
He's kind of prepared for that.
Game receiver, 3 games to
There we go,
5.
3-5.
Starts to.
If you can sneak this
starts to
game, you
climb.
start to get that little bit of momentum.
Yep. I also find here with the tam is actually quite tough to hit.
Yeah.
With the ball being so grippy, it's quite hard to hit, and that ball just
there,
it
yeah.
sits up quite nicely underneath that grill.
So there, the difference between Vaughan hitting that main wall timber there and missing by just a few inches is huge.
Such
Gives
a big difference.
Ollie such a big opening.
Yeah.
Can again relate from earlier. Harsh. Here we go.
Hazard a yard. No stroke.
Scrappy
Ollie.
rally there from both.
Ollie doesn't believe in Ivan's ears, so he gave him the finger of one
Finger.
as well as telling him.
Fault.
So I found out that Vaughan uses 4 grips on
Okay.
his racket, which is
Carey is
for me
nodding in
is-
approval.
For me, is pretty crazy.
That is big.
It's pretty big. Wow.
Ryan Carey is at 5 grips,
15 love.
which starts to get into
Server.
Coke can territory.
Yeah.
I guess we're not going to narrow ourselves to one brand. It could have been a Tango can. It could be a Sprite. But Ryan has a sizable grip on his racket. Vaughan, you've got that to work up to. Shot there.
30 love.
30 love, got hazard chase.
Yeah. Vaughan's looking pretty good if he wins this next point.
I don't think that's the serve.
Nice. Gong.
We have the
40
gong
love.
there.
Hazard
40
a
love.
yard.
So yeah, 3 set points.
I love the gong. Apart from when you do hit that winning gallery and it misses it altogether and it's just silence.
I think we need the gong plus the Philadelphia jingle bells kind of alongside it.
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan said he's just about to install some jingle bells.
40 love. Hazard a yard.
Oh, apparently they're main draw jingle bells. That's qualifying, folks. Can gong or nothing.
Lost it.
That's
the
the
set.
set.
Game
Lost it,
and the
yeah.
set to the receiver. 6 games to 3.
Good play from Vaughan, yeah.
Very good. Let's see if Pridmore
Second
can
set level.
bring it back. He played in the Tuxedo Gold racket last weekend against Eric Barker in the final and did lose the first set, but came back to win in 4.
Scrape that up somehow. Just get a lot of balls back, doesn't he?
Again.
You get a view of all that potential viewing. It's a great rally going on here, though. Good get. Finish from Vaughan.
A bit of frustration
15 love
coming
receiver.
out from Pridmore, which is pretty rare to see from him.
Is that right? Yeah.
He loves to talk to himself, but he's not a huge shouter.
Oh, do you get that?
Great
Must have been
get.
close.
Oh, that flew.
15 all.
Oh, he's called that a stroke. That looked from here,
Looks like
honestly.
it was- yeah,
That looked like a hazard.
30-15.
Charlie Hurstel, hey, what do you think about the 2 hands volley backhand? Yeah, we were talking about that right at the beginning.
Oh.
It's a strong shot, and I think as more youngsters are kind of introduced at an earlier age, I think we're going to see that more and more. I think it's going to be like that lawn tennis. I think my personal opinion for the
Case
lawn tennis
better
is
than the
that
door.
you can't teach a 5-year-old how to hit a single-handed backhand, so you just get your 10,000 hours much
15.
earlier with
Yeah.
a two-hander. So I
Yeah.
think we are now seeing that less and less. I think it'll probably be the same with the
Better than last. 2 chases.
Yeah, I think
With
also
court
the
tennis.
I think people are hitting the ball so hard nowadays. 2-hand backhand just gives you a little bit of an extra sense of security.
Yeah, it's definitely nice and solid.
Yeah.
You will still see Cam on a defensive volley doing that.
Yeah.
Kind of as a hybrid 2-to-1 on his
Yeah,
cut
yeah.
volley.
I think it also just helps to get
30,
those shoulders
15.
turned.
Yeah,
Receiver
naturally
leads.
teaches that, right?
Yeah, it keeps
Better than the
both
door.
arms sort of pretty symmetrical and just gets that body turned rather than just using that arm.
Oops.
40-15,
chase
better
him.
than last gallery.
I'm going to leave you to it for just a second. I'll be right back.
Won it. Fell 6. Game receiver, 1 game to
Pridmore
love.
takes first game in the second set. I think he's going to need a strong start in this to hold
Down.
Vaughan back.
Chase, 1 and 2. And worse than the door.
That dead on ledge is just so high. And as soon as it hits that back wall, that ball is gone. Lots of chases this week from that shot.
No stroke, 1 and 2.
Shot.
Lost it, 3 and 4.
So Pridmore takes the first
15
set.
love, worse than the door.
Sorry, first game of the second set.
That's a good shot.
Won it. 15 all.
All right, so you went for Pridmore.
Yeah.
Now that we're set in and these are set up, I'm going to go for Hamilton.
Probably smart. Yeah, I think it might be tough, the state that Pridmore's in right now,
Better than
after
4.
pretty much being in bed for 2 days,
Is that right?
as to whether his legs.
So he must have done well. Was he under the weather when he was playing that
So
gold racket final?
it was a little bit. I think the night before he
was just
started
coming
to
on.
feel, yeah, it was coming on, and he didn't look great when he woke up on the Monday morning of the gold rackets final.
That's a good finish.
He got out of bed half an
30,
hour before his
15.
match,
Oof.
and yeah, he didn't look or sound great, but he managed to find it. I think a lot of adrenaline was going around that body, but yeah, now he's I don't think he's moving too badly, but I've definitely seen him move
Stroke,
better.
Yeah.
30 all.
I think we all know how it is when we don't feel great. It's tough. It's tough to go out and just sort of try and forget about it.
Worse than 4. Better than 4, worse than 4. 30 all.
Mike Carter, very much supportive of the high galleries and dead on. The quadruple thumbs up.
No, I don't think I could agree with that. I like big openings. I'd much rather just put that ball in the opening and finish the point. No one likes to run around all day. But yeah, they are. That ledge is
30 all.
very tall.
Chase, better than 4 yards.
Oh, wow. Another one from Charlie Hurstel. What do you think is the best court to learn tennis? Slow bounce like Paris or quick like MCC? I mean, honestly, probably somewhere in between those.
40-30 server. Worse
So
than
your
4 yards.
adjustment is not massively crazy in either direction.
Definitely.
Well,
Yeah, that's a tough question, really.
Yeah, it was interesting. I remember being in when I was working in Tuxedo, and we did a kids camp, and we used those orange low pressure tennis balls with the kids, and we'd do that for 2 or 3 days of the summer camp, and then introduce the real tennis balls, and the confidence gained
Yes.
by getting the ball back with the low pressure tennis balls
Yeah.
then meant, because the first week I tried it with just the real tennis balls to begin with, and it was a nightmare.
Yeah.
So I think the confidence gained by just getting the ball over the net and reading the ball and learning the techniques and that type of thing helped. So
Yeah.
maybe a bouncier court, probably more than a severe court, but I think middle of the road would be the ideal.
I agree with that.
last gallery, deuce.
Yeah,
But that being said, C court's pretty severe, and that's produced a few.
yeah, I was going to
decent
say
players.
that. I mean, we all know a lot of pros have come out of C court. Well, I wouldn't put that down to the court.
Or just earlier starting
The
age.
court.
I think, yeah, earlier starting age, and I think
Advantage,
just
chase last
the
gallery.
availability of the court there. I mean, especially when I was a junior, we had a good 3, 4, or 5 of us who were just playing all the time,
Yeah.
which I think that makes a huge difference. I mean, it seems to be that C court has like a wave
Advantage, receiver.
of juniors.
Yeah, we got
Last gallery.
strong crop here this week, right? Like we saw
Yeah.
Lewis Gordon, got yourself. Who else we got from
Will Flynn,
Will Flynn? That's right.
Ads.
Yeah. I kind of, sort of.
Game receiver.
I mean, you're from
One
C
game
court,
all.
so we'll
Yeah.
take you.
Yeah. came through the bartender route rather than the junior program route, but I'll.
Yeah. But yeah, I think
Shout out to my first coach, Ollie the chef.
15 love.
yeah, it's been an exciting day of tennis so far. Lots of matches.
Yeah.
There's been a pretty brutal qualifying
Oh,
this
jeez.
year. That's a great
That's another
get
great
if he's
get.
got that.
Slide. Oh, jeez. It was rapid there. Oh, I can't miss that one, Ollie.
15
Makes 16
all.
great gets and then missed the straight one.
It's a straight one. It was there. Got excited and way too early.
Yeah. But this, I mean, the court, again, it's very consistent, but
Yeah.
it'll get in your head. Everything's so rapid that you
Does.
just,
Yeah.
it's just taking you out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah.
Hazard
I
second.
think that's the problem as well. I
15
wouldn't say
all.
there's anything wrong with the court.
No, absolutely
It's
not.
just very different to everywhere else.
It's just fast.
It's just
it's like coming
super
from
fast,
the
yeah.
coming from the clay court season and then walking onto a grass court. You're
Yeah.
the dimensions are the same, but the
Everything's just so fast.
yes, it's a good get from form.
But yeah, the back
Hazard
walls are
second
just like
again. Two
trampolines.
chases.
Hits that back wall and it flies.
But yeah, big shout out to Westwood. They already, I mean, this is just the qualifying. The attendance for all of the matches has been very strong. There's
Yeah.
definitely a lot of interest in this.
Definitely.
Been chatting to a lot of people who seemingly are being introduced to the game or have just started playing the game. So yeah, I've heard the court is basically booked from dawn till dusk. So
Yeah.
oh, it's good to see another
Get back from where the vices are.
another thriving court.
Yeah,
Definitely.
We got Charleston
15 all,
coming down
Hazard
the line. We
second
got
gallery,
Sydney coming
Hazard.
online. So it is a golden age for court tennis. I was having an interesting discussion with someone the other day, actually, that it might be getting harder for pros to train.
30-15 receiver.
Because of court
Hazard
availability.
second gallery.
All of the courts are kind of thriving at the moment. So most of the people you talk to, the court is very well booked. So you don't have those 2, 3, 4 hours of court time to just kind of go
Yeah.
out and practice and hit.
30
I've
all.
also been hearing a rumor this week that there may be a court being built in Colorado. Apparently.
I also
Some sort
heard
of
that.
rumor. which I'm going to
40-30
assume
server.
is a rumor and just very early talks, because it's the first I've heard of it. That could be pretty cool.
Yes. Yeah, I heard it would be from the Kaiser family, like
Last
another.
gallery.
Another Sam Valley.
40-30.
So what have we got here? For lazy commentators, players, let's do away with receiver's back wall and call it a large grill. Okay, so we're talking about a court wide
40-30
dead on
receiver
at the
leads.
receiver's end. Is that what we?
Last gallery.
That would certainly change the game. You'd have multiple serves that would be
Yeah.
firing in there. That's a good game.
Lost it. Deuce.
Pretty tight second set, this one. Both players just been running around, getting lots of balls back, forcing them into some errors.
Last gallery. Deuce.
I think whoever can be a little bit more confident and just get a tiny bit more racket head speed through the
Yeah.
ball and get that ball sitting down a little bit more. It's so easy to get lured into kind of pushing the ball around out here because everything feels like it's running away from you, like that ball from Ollie. He's
And
kind of had to
second gallery.
just
2 chases.
push that ball back. If you can make a little space for yourself and lean on the ball and get it to hit the floor, that
Yeah.
ball will disappear off the back wall. But it's a lot
Definitely.
easier said than done
Yeah.
when it's pinging around like a pinball machine.
Yeah.
Mike Rackets, did Vaughan spill paint on his shirt? I thought it might be a laundry error, but it's possible that it's
Last
just
gallery.
I think that's Sergio Tacchini, right? Is that brand? He's really gone throwback with that.
Yeah, Vaughan loves the old sort of, I don't know what era that is,
Lost
80s,
it.
90s.
Advantage
Sort of.
server. Second gallery.
I guess like what Bjorn Borg
Yeah,
sort of shirts.
the Iceman.
Yeah.
Oh, he will want that one back.
Deuce.
Vaughan just threw up into last gallery after that shot.
Chase. Worse than 6.
Yeah, Vaughan can there
Deuce.
just kind of punch that ball down towards the main wall timbre
Yeah.
sort of area. But again, it's a lot easier from the commentary booth here.
Mm-hmm.
I like that serve, yeah, it's good.
And better than second.
Ollie also liked it.
2 chases.
Is this the final semi-final qualifier today?
I believe
Deuce.
so, yeah.
So then after
Worse than
this we've
6.
got JWC and Freddie.
Yep,
And then the winner of this one playing Noah to see who qualifies.
that's right.
Both of those games are going to be pretty hard to call.
Oh, that's a good ball.
Advantage receiver. Better than second.
Yeah, who have you got on those ones? Woods, Casey, Bristow.
Yeah, that's very tough to call. Obviously, I think JWC's been here for a while. Had
Game
quite a few
receiver.
practice
2 games
courts.
to 1.
Freddie was here last weekend,
I
though.
think
so
Freddie was here last week, so yeah, it's a tough one to call. I mean, Freddie's played one more match than him, I
Yeah.
think.
15
Who did
love.
Freddie play yesterday?
Will Flynn.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, I marked that one. Jesus.
30 love.
But yes, I don't actually think I can call that one.
Can't or don't want to?
I mean, I honestly
40
think
love.
it's a coin toss, really.
Yeah.
I mean, JWC played early this morning, so he'll have a little bit more of a rest than Freddie.
Yeah.
Game server, 2 games all.
That was a quick game
It's a quick game
compared to the other games in this set. Pridmore definitely still fighting
Out of court.
to
15
try
love.
and get a lead.
I'd say eventually I would like to see Ollie get that racket face a little bit more open when he's got a medium pace ball off that back wall, get a little bit more work on it. He can still,
15
I mean, he
all.
retrieves unbelievably well, but when you get that half chance, maybe
Yep.
just put in a little bit more work on that thing.
Yeah.
Chase last gallery, 15 all.
Eventually you can't just counter punch, you got to punch a little bit as well. Ooh, do you get that?
30, 15 server.
Yeah, that missed main wall is just so tough. 'Cause it hits those walls and you got to get away so quickly.
Yeah,
Chase worse than 5.
that came down.
2 chases. Last gallery and worse than 5.
Yeah, nowhere to hide in these qualifying in this qualifying draw.
No.
Thirty, 15. Receiver leads.
I think with these viewing galleries
Last
around here, the
gallery.
dead-ons always seems pretty quiet. With everyone sort of opting for the upper gallery behind glass.
Yeah, we have a similar thing in Newport. We will get big attendance, but it's obviously nicer for the spectators to be behind that
Not
glass
up.
and
Yeah.
oh, that's down.
40,
Even
15
there, though,
worse
I
than
feel
5.
like Ollie had a couple of half chances, and he kind of guides it into the corners
Yeah.
sometimes. Like I
Yeah.
want to see a little bit more acceleration through the ball when he's kind of comfortable and got a little bit of time. He got like again he got away with it there, but he let Vaughan back into the rally a little
Yeah.
bit. But yeah, no, the viewing gallery is incredible above the dead on up there.
Yep.
I can't remember what it's called.
Martin room.
The Martin room.
Game receiver,
Martin
3
room.
games to 2.
Ah, as in Alistair Martin. But it does mean, so I had a tight 3-setter earlier, and the
15 love?
entire front row of that Martin room was packed. But we only had 3 in the dead on, and it
Yep.
does mean that you feel like you're playing in a bit of a fishbowl
Yeah.
occasionally.
Yeah. I guess it's nice for the spectators to be able to have a chat.
Great for the
chat up
spectators,
there
and that's honestly probably the more important bit. But it is for the players. It's you want to feel that
yeah.
atmosphere when you're down on the court. It's a good ball. It's another good ball.
Pridmore 30 love up in this game,
30
3-2
love.
up.
Brian is suggesting an atmosphere button so you can push from the Martin room to add applause
Chase the line.
downstairs. So we're going for canned
30 love.
applause and laughter, I guess, in the... Oh, booze?
booze.
And booze, wow. Yeah. Ryan, always looking to improve the events. You will be adding the canned laughter, applause, and booze.
Last gallery. The line and last gallery. 30 love.
Vaughan just making a few more errors this set.
Yeah, and I think Pridmore's doing a little bit better of of kind of putting a bit more pressure on him.
Yeah.
30 love. Server leads the line. Fault.
I think the sport in general can be streaky, but I feel like here, if you can get on a bit of a run.
Yeah.
Whoa.
15-30.
Ben Gatenbeek, wonder if an
Ball up,
open
please, Ollie.
top to the top viewing
Chase.
galleries could help transmit the
Last
atmosphere.
gallery.
Yeah, it does. It does a little bit. So I mean, we obviously in the above the penthouse wall there, we have open viewing. Yeah, up in Newport.
Yeah.
One
And then we have
chase.
similar viewing to the
30 all.
Martin room. Ours would be the opposite end, so ours,
Yeah.
ours would be above the receivers end penthouse. People just elect to sit where they can chat and also watch the game, and which I totally understand. It's a
Yeah.
great viewing experience.
Yeah.
40-30.
Definitely.
Vaughan got a point to bring it back to 3-all here. Yeah, I don't think that's the serve. It doesn't really
No,
do very much.
Doesn't do
Game
much.
receiver 3
And it's
games
hard to get a
all.
ball to nick and roll out.
Yeah.
I mean, the balls are so well made for this event that.
Fault.
Exactly.
Ryan agreeing with me, arguably too well made.
Three games all in this set. This could be a pretty big one.
Vaughan with back-to-back
15
Rafa
love,
Nadal
serve.
forehands there off the timbre.
Just shows the grippiness of the wall by the timbre. Grip that wall, miss the timbre,
Oh.
and snuck into the grill.
Mike Carter, I've tried putting a mic in our enclosed glass grill wall viewing with a speaker pointing on court. It didn't work. Okay. Well, yeah, sometimes I wouldn't like to hear what the people were saying behind in an enclosed area. I think, fortunately, the people upstairs couldn't hear what I was saying on court,
Stroke.
and I couldn't hear what the people upstairs were saying
15
earlier
all.
today. So I am perfectly happy with that. But yeah, you do want to feel that atmosphere that you have such incredible points, and then met by a tap on the glass. It shows it's been received. But
Yeah.
30-15 server.
Have you had a memorable match that's been
No
pretty
chase.
crazy atmosphere? Any that you?
my favorite was a Sequot Silver Racket semi-final.
Yeah.
So I was playing Connor Medlow, and half the crowd had bet on Connor and half had bet on myself. So it was a lot of fun to have.
40-15.
Have a sort of split crowd.
Yeah, and yeah, Connor wins a point and half the crowd goes nuts, and
Yeah. And then vice versa.
exactly.
Last
Fortunately,
gallery.
in that one more time for
40-15.
me, I think. Yeah, we're going to try for pro singles this year. I'm going to just culturally try
40-15.
and push more people down
Receiver leads.
down to the
Last
dead on.
gallery.
We have a Wednesday night winter league, and it's great. The final match of the day is an A match, and even though it's cold, but people are getting pretty liquored up. They come downstairs and they watch that final match from downstairs, and we got some blankets down there and some space heaters. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Far out.
30-40.
Ollie with a point to go 4-3 up.
Then.
Oh, pushed it.
That's a good get.
That's
a
cool.
good one.
Yeah, that's a great get. It's a huge point.
Oh,
Good get.
oh, it's
Bando. Oh, he's posted it. Why?
Straight back to him. Put it away.
Oh,
Vaughan.
no.
Game receiver,
Oh.
4 games to
That
3.
was a big, big point. Great rally.
Great rally.
Great retrieving from both.
Good quality stuff.
That should give Pridmore a little bit of confidence.
Yeah, it's funny, like Vaughan feathers that one up
15
the
love
line. You
server.
should go main wall timber there, but I missed so many.
Yeah.
It felt like I should have won backhand to backhand rallies 9 times out of 10, and I probably only split them 50-50, which felt a lot worse. That timbre is so severe, but it's so hard to find.
So hard to find, yeah.
That was a good one. Pridmore read it, but just too good.
30 love.
Yeah, that's a tendency of Pridmore as well. He loves to go up and cover that timbre. I think he feels he's quick enough that
To then
if
cover it,
they
cover the other
cover
one.
it if they do go down the line, which is true. I mean, I've seen him cover that timbre. Someone slides it
Chase
down the
worse
line,
than
and
the door.
he runs over and just
30 love.
dives for that ball. I've seen him hit the ball mid-air, land on the ground, slide, hit the wall, get back up and play on.
15-30.
Big game for Vaughan. Oops. Yeah, he's having a tough time out there right now. Needs to change his grip.
30 all.
Add 1 or minus 1.
Yeah, that's right. Keeps slipping out of his hand right now. That must be why it's not quite as accurate as he could be.
Pushy
40-30.
and early.
Worse than the door.
It's so tricky. So obviously that ball hasn't hit a wall. There's no reason for him to miss that. But you kind of lose a little bit of confidence when you've misread a few around the corners, and then all of a sudden you get a ball that you should do something with, and
100%.
you're not quite on it.
Definitely.
Like medium pace force on his forehand, not necessarily in the body. He should have done more with that, but I get it.
40-30. Server leads. Worse than the door.
So Pridmore's got a point for 5-3.
Oops, see daisy.
Deuce.
He also needs a change of grip.
Big game to win for both here.
Absolutely.
Fault. Last gallery. Deuce.
Yeah, if you are watching, either fire us in a question, fire us in a fun fact about either of these players, as I know very few about either of them.
Not up. Thank you.
How's that cut down? That's a
Chase better than 2.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal. that
Last
one.
gallery and better
Just
than
pushes
2.
it down the line.
Yeah,
and
nudged
it,
it into that corner, and that thing has ripped down to better than 2.
Yeah.
Well marked from Ivan. Example on that one, that probably on most courts is in the dead on there. That's hit just low.
And I think it just grips that wall so much. Pridmore then had to go for the behind the back because he didn't get away quick
Chase
enough.
last gallery.
Yeah, it's just so tough. So tough to, I think it's so consistent. It does it every time, but you just got to trust it.
Well, and also you've got to kind of half cover if that ball's going into the dead on, so you kind of slide over that way, and then it does
And then
miss,
it
and
does
you've been
miss.
dragged
Yeah,
in that
yeah.
direction. So it's tough.
Yeah. But yeah, I think most players this week have come off from their practice just sort of saying it's very tough. Very tough to get used to the court.
Remind me again, who does Noah play this afternoon?
The winner of these two.
The winner of these? Oh, of course.
Advantage
Yeah.
receiver better than 2 yards.
But yeah, I think Noah was pretty clinical earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I was late for this match. The game was over so quickly.
Yeah.
I was up having a nice little steam.
Nice.
And then got told that the game's over already, and I was like, oh.
Deuce.
But yeah, I think Noah having that home court advantage here is huge.
I think it does make a difference. As I'm guessing it would at somewhere like an Oxford or something like
Yeah.
that. Like it just somewhere that's just that little bit. And again, beautiful court, super consistent.
Yeah, just
Really enjoying it.
So tough to get used to.
Last gallery. Deuce.
But, I mean, I think that's what we all love about this game is
Yeah, you've got to adapt.
everywhere you go, you have to adapt.
Yep. I find it pointless. So Cam's a good friend of mine, and I find it pointless talking to him. Like, how's the court? Well, you just do what you always do.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's a good ball. There we go. Find that timbre.
Advantage.
Okay,
last
Charlie Hurstel,
gallery.
do you think the timing will make a difference? Noah played 2 hours before.
I always find it tough. 2 matches in one day,
Is this
especially if it's a 3
relatively
setter.
straightforward?
His was relatively straightforward.
Advantage receiver.
I think if Pridmore
Jake's
was to
last
come out and
gallery.
win this after playing 3 sets, battling illness, it would surprise me a
Yeah.
lot if he came out and played well against Noah.
He has a little bit less time to recover.
A little bit less time, yeah.
Lost it worse than last gallery.
Well left.
Yeah,
Deuce.
it's always a tough one. I think some people come out and play 2 matches in one day and are absolutely fine, but then they
Yeah, I
could
don't-
do it a couple of months later and it just doesn't go well. It's a tough one.
Chase. 4
I
yards.
think for whoever, I think there is
Deuce.
enough time. It's only best
Yep,
of 3s.
yep,
I
yep.
mean, Ollie obviously has a slightly different variable in that
Mhm.
he's under the weather, but
Yep.
I don't mind 2 matches in a day, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably in the minority, but I would
Advantage,
play
chase 4.
singles and doubles on the same day for the US Open. And
Yeah. Yeah, I played singles and doubles yesterday. Didn't
Yeah.
find it too... I mean, my legs are definitely feeling it a little bit today, but
yeah,
I had a long 3-setter of singles and then about an hour and 45 in between the doubles, but I felt fine in the doubles.
yeah. In some ways, you've felt the ball on the racket. Like
Exactly,
you're
it's
already,
like a nice little warm-up.
Advantage. Chase 4 yards.
NJ, Tony, where can people find the details of
4.
the 2 World Championships at your wonderful club this year? So we have 2 websites for these 2 tournaments. So we have the Ladies World Championships from up in Newport, Rhode Island, from May 24th to 31st, and then we have the World Championship from the 23rd to the 27th of September. Yeah, we have
Finish.
Game
the World
to the
Championship
server,
website
4
is
games all.
2025worldchampionship.com, and I believe the ladies is 2025lwc.com. Handicap doubles draw for the ladies.
Stroke.
Oh, that's cut down as well.
Sounds
4
like
all.
You're going to have a
Huge game.
15 left.
busy summer up in Newport.
Yeah, first club to host both World Championships in the same year. We've got 4 professional tournaments this year with the Pro Singles Jockey Cup, which we have each year, and also the Pro Division in the Pell Cup. So yeah, basically
15
starting in May, I will be glued to the club, as will Brian Carey. I'll be seeing a lot of him.
I've still never been to Newport.
Oh, no. Oh, you didn't
No,
play. Oh,
I
no,
didn't
you
play
didn't
it. I
quite get in
literally-
time last
yeah.
year for the pro singles.
Stroke.
Just arrived in America,
30,
so it wasn't the
15.
best timing. But I'll be there this year.
Great.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, if anybody wants any information on any of our events in Newport, just send us a message,
40-15.
ntcpros@tennisfame.com. It's a good volley. Yeah, that wasn't coming back.
30, 40.
30, 40, 4 games all.
Big point. There's been a lot of big points in this match so far.
Yeah, it's been tight.
Yeah.
That's a good ball. All right.
Just got to put this one away.
He got away with it. I think he actually caught the
Juice.
back wall on the full there.
Back wall there. I think Pridmore probably could have got that one.
Yeah.
4 all juice.
Oh,
Very
See, I think
tight.
you go slightly slower and slightly
Yep.
spinnier on that one. That's going
Yep.
to take a 1 bounce on the sidewall, 1 bounce on the penthouse. If you can get like an awkward 2 or 3,
Yep.
like you don't need to know what it's going to do. They certainly won't know what it's going to do.
Yeah, makes it so tricky to. I think a lot of people just come up and sort of slap that volley
Yeah, the-
compared to being able
Jace,
to
better than 4.
wait for it, especially
Juice.
with this super slick roof.
Yeah.
Waiting for that ball and just trusting the cut volley is very tough.
Really is. Gavin Maxwell, interested to hear what Max is working on to hone his craft stateside under the great Tim Chisholm.
Gavin's one of our members at Tuxedo.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I mean,
Advantage
since getting to
better than
Tuxedo, I've
4
been on
yards.
court with Tim a lot. He's changed quite a few things with my game, which is definitely for the better.
Forehand grip.
Forehand grip, backhand grip. I think just in general is just taking the ball a lot later, which I think a lot of people have tried to do. And I think in general it just
Advantage
allows
receiver.
you to sort of wait
Jace
for that ball
better
and then be
than
able to
4
either hit
yards.
it cross court or down the line with a lot of cut.
Yeah, kind of like we were talking about with Ollie and actually when I was watching like Will Flynn yesterday, kind of similar, super solid. But if you can take that ball a little deeper, get that racket face a little bit more open,
Yeah, it just
you just got that threat the whole time of that
Yeah.
ball coming down without having to work too
Juice.
hard either. Like you,
exactly, yeah.
simple swings, but with a little bit more
yeah.
threat.
But yeah, just taking that ball later, especially for me, has enabled me to hit a lot heavier ball.
Stroke.
That's big for Vaughan.
Advantage receiver.
And also just being able to, when returning that serve, returning the returner serve, I mean,
The
Tim's
receiver
just been
5
hitting tons
games
of cut
to
volleys
4.
at me. And it's just sort of trusting to stay in the middle and then being able to take that ball later just gives you that extra time
Yep.
to not have to really guess.
And if it slides through, you've got a better
Yeah.
grip for taking that ball
Exactly.
from a little bit deeper.
I mean, it's definitely still a work in progress, but I feel a lot more confident now taking that ball later.
Hazard worse
But
than
yeah,
2.
I mean, Tim's obviously known for his cut volleys. We've been working on that a little bit. But I think the first time we got on court, he hit a basket of cut volleys at me, and I think I got 4 of them back.
Yeah.
But yeah, be interesting to see how he can play this weekend with
15 love.
playing Rob Fay in the first round.
That's right. I think they've played before.
I think they have too. But yeah, that's a pretty cool one to be able to watch. Sort of like a throwback.
Yeah, that'll be
30
interesting.
love.
So we got Vaughan's again. He's kind of just snuck into like
Snuck
a
away
5-4
with it
lead.
again, Yep.
Ollie, 30 love up. It's a hazard chase pending. Could be looking at 5
40
games
love.
all.
Hazard worse than 2 yards.
Sam Corbett. Tim says you didn't get any of them back. That's harsh.
That is very harsh. Thanks, Corpse.
What's your take?
I'm pretty sure I remember framing a few back. Just getting in there and swinging at it.
Yeah.
But it definitely wasn't
40 love.
more than 5.
Hazard worse than 2.
Sewell Hodges giving me a little shout out there. I'll take it, Sewell. Thank you very much.
Fault.
But yeah, I think we could be looking at a 5-all here. Unless Vaughan can find 3 points off the bat. But I think Pridmore would just be coming out swinging at this one.
Oops, you were right.
I was right, but
15, 40,
needed
ball
a
up,
little bit
please,
higher.
Solly.
All up.
15, 40.
Vaughan opting for the bobble again.
Yeah, for me, unless you get this to truly nick out, it doesn't really do very
Chase,
much here.
worse than 2. 15, 40.
But you can see like there, so see how Vaughan's ended up completely open to the court. He doesn't trust what the ball's going to do, so he's lost his left side. His left shoulder, left hip has completely opened up. Definitely. I mean, again, I can relate.
15, 40. Server leads.
But you have to just kind
Worse
of
than 2.
fake it till you make it. Just believe in your read.
Trust it, yeah.
Oops. We got a 5-game all.
5-all with
Game
Pridmore to
server,
serve.
5 games all.
Who's your money on?
Ooh, Dodgson thinks 6-5 VH.
That's a good
That's a
first
good
ball.
ball.
Good get.
Oh, that's a good get as well.
Wow.
Server.
Wow, what a point.
That was all over the place. All over the place.
There were about 3 real tennis player shots in that one.
Yeah.
That's good, though. He's leaning on that. He's looking good. Dodgson, I think I agree with you.
Good ball. That's
Chase.
Yeah, that's just rolled.
2 and 3. 15 love.
It's impossible to get that one. That one that just hits within a yard of the back wall. It's just, it's
Rolls.
gone, yeah.
2 and 3 though. That
See, Ollie did well there.
came out a
He
little bit.
stayed in it.
Oh
That's a good
wow.
ball. But that's the difference. The one I was talking about, it was exactly the same
30
ball.
love.
Vaughan kind of lost trust in it and he lost
Yep.
his left side. Ollie at least stayed in there. Just keep your racket head in there and you can still shank it for a winner somewhere.
Last gallery.
There
2
we go.
chases.
30 love,
30
2
love.
chases.
NJ thinks 6-4 to Pridmore in the third.
He's called a third already. Could be in for a long one here, T.
Yeah. Might need another drink.
30 love. Receiver leads 2 and 3.
When do we let Vaughan know that he's disqualified for a shirt that isn't predominantly white?
Probably not right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big point for
40
Pridmore to
love.
win.
Last gallery.
40 love with a last gallery chase. Vaughan will do very well to win it from here. It's in.
Wow.
Game and
We are
set
going
to
into a
receiver.
third set.
6 games to
was the first set
5.
score?
1
6-4?
set
6-4.
all.
It's a long one. 6-3.
Yep.
6-3.
6-3, and I think Vaughan's gone for a toilet break. I might do the same thing actually quickly as we're waiting.
Oh, God. Oh, the hip. Oh. Could someone... thanks. Okay, so...
Could you grab the balls, please?
We've had a couple of shouts for who was going to win the match. NJ thought 6-4 in the third to Pridmore. Dodgson incorrectly got that one. I was with you, Dodgson. Let us know who you think is going to take the third set. Tom Van Buskirk, Newport member. He has Ollie in the Real Tennis Fantasy League. So he is happy. Jane Taylor has Vaughan.
Put that there.
In the Real Tennis Fantasy
There's
League.
a ball here. Just there. Thank you.
From playing FIFA, ICRTFL, and
One
I think
set
road to the
all.
final.
Final set. Lovell.
Ooh, Henry Hinman. We're getting a lot of Ollie shouts. No one has much faith in Vaughan. Ooh,
15 love.
come on, someone give me a Vaughan third set.
Chase better than 3.
That's frustrating. Let's hit the back wall. And done him on the straight. There we go. Graham Wilcox. We got our first Vaughan shout. I'm surprised no one's gone like a 6-5. Oh, that's a good ball. Clip that one.
30 love. Time, please.
Ryan just did some sort of keyboard shortcut. Feathered it, winning gallery. But again, look at that top left. So we've got Schenkman, Valet, Gordo,
Gordo and
and
Ads.
Ads.
It's pretty busy up there.
The way that light was sitting on Gordo's head, it looked like he had a John Travolta perm for a second there, or like a,
15,
what's that called,
30.
a pompadour?
I think he'd be happy to have some. Don't tell him I said that.
That's all right, this isn't live. Victoria Scott also going for Vaughan. Dodgson is going to take 20 on everybody saying Pridmore.
Wow.
Well, let's get a
34.
lot more Pridmores in. We could bankrupt Dodgson on this live stream. Solar panel for a tennis machine. I
I'll
honestly...
tell Dodgy I'll take 20 on. I'll have Pridmore.
Oh, there we go.
40,
Handshake.
30. Better than 3
Oh,
yards.
we got all the boys up there.
Dodgson, just send us a handshake emoji, and we've... there you go. You've got Taylor
Deal.
Matthews. You've got Long, who's in despair right now. Look at him.
Lammers in his
Lummers, happy as ever.
Money puffer jacket.
40, 30. Receiver leads.
All up there. Prime
Better
position for
than
this
3.
third set.
That's right. That's up by the tan bar. Oh, that's a good ball.
Lost it. Fell better than 4.
Good leave.
Deuce.
Who's that?
MP.
MP. VH to win. All right, we're pretty evenly split now.
Yeah.
Chase better than 2. Deuce.
So what's your thoughts on sliding in their right foot over traditional, getting over there, getting that left foot around? Is that a desperation
Oh.
move? Would he go left foot on there?
I think
Slower one?
with Pridmore, I think why he slides so much is I think he tends to guess a little bit early, and then the slide obviously comes from where he's guessed wrong. But he can guess early because he can still get there.
Yeah.
But I think he tends to tell me that he can only slide on his right foot. So in the forehand corner, he'll slide with a very open stance compared to the backhand.
Advantage.
He'll
Close it off.
get that right leg
Better
across,
than 2
Yeah.
yards.
but he'll slide still.
You got a bit more strength on that forehand. If it goes a little deeper, you can
Yeah.
kind of get away with it.
But then again,
Okay, Dodgson has sent the handshake emoji.
Oh, here we go,
We
Dodgy.
have a $20 bet
Pompey
between
friend.
Maximum Truman
Advantage receiver. Chase better than 2.
Ooh, that
That's
looked
a
down.
ripper.
Deuce.
Back to Juice. It's a long first game.
Advantage server.
Camera on us.
Jeez, we're being watched. All right, there we go.
Game
Vaughan takes the
server.
first game.
One
Vaughan
game
takes
to
the
love.
first.
Oh, geez.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's terrifying. We apologize for
15 love.
any images you might have just seen.
All right, now I've got bets on Pridmore.
Oh, God.
We've, I better start supporting him.
We obviously remain unbiased in the
course.
commentary booth,
Of course.
15 all.
but go Vaughan.
Just like Jamie Carragher when he's commentating on Liverpool.
Yeah. Oh.
Sharp.
It's a good finish.
30-15.
Gavin Maxwell with a shout out to Ryan. Oh, drop that racket head. Get that racket up, Ollie. His head's just
40-15.
dropping a little bit here, which is a little early. Come on, get back in it. I want to see a 5-all. I'm here for tennis.
Yeah, that would be very entertaining.
30-40.
Especially with a little bit of bets flying around. That's what everyone loves to see. 5 all in the third. That's what the silver racket's so good for. 5 all, 40 all,
Oh yeah.
handicap
Yes.
comps. Flip of a coin.
Advantage
This game
server.
gone to Juice as well. Very close.
Good game.
Out of court.
It's the second
Game
game.
server, 2 games to
To
love.
love. Look at that camera work
15
from
love
Mr.
serve.
Ryan Carey. Reads
Following
the
it like a
game
hawk.
like a book. You can't teach that.
Pridmore's looking like he's
30
struggling a little bit here.
Yeah, I
Making
think
lots
that
of errors.
those little emotional dips that you get in a match, I'd imagine it's harder when you have
Fault.
a little bit of that illness.
Yeah.
He needs a couple of points to get himself back in it. It's a good save. Clip it, Ryan.
Down, chase 3 and 4.
Not that bit.
30 love.
A lot of forces going up on the roof this week as well. I think just from that ball sliding around a little bit.
It jumps into you unexpectedly. It jumps away from you unexpectedly. It's tough to... I mean, you'll see these guys kind of going backwards more than you maybe would. Like, not really committing to their shots, and that's just the speed of everything out here. That's a good ball. Yeah,
Like
that's
that
good.
one there just grips that
love,
wall next to
3
the
and
timbre and
4.
misses it.
But that threat of main wall timbre, you have to respect it.
Yeah.
Look at that. Ryan, really a shout out. That's a replay for him, if I'm going to be honest. But, yeah. Impressive pace from Pridmore, too. Clearing the net with no bounce.
Vaughan with a
40
40
love,
love lead
3 and
to go
4.
3 love up.
Oh, dodged an offer in a $10 cash out.
15-40.
Let it run. Let it run.
That's another good get. That's a good get. Got in there well. Ball skipped away from him. Put it away.
Down, better
Yes.
than 2.
Oh,
Just caught the floor.
15-40.
Pridmore looking a little bit tired at the moment. I think he sort of got that get, and he was down on his knee, and it took him a little while to get back up. Yeah, like I said, battling illness, you can only do so much.
15-40.
Looks a little bit frustrated as well.
The
Just
server
maybe
leads.
trying to slow
Chase
everything down a
better
little bit
than
at the
2
moment.
yards.
Try and change that momentum.
Better than 2.
It's down now. Oh, that's a good finish.
30-40.
Pridmore.
Game server, 3
Bit of a
games to
dump
love.
into the bottom of the net there to go 3 love down in this final set. Lots of
love.
errors coming out of him now. Snuck into the grill.
30 love.
It's a great get. Great get as well.
Hazard a yard.
Hazard chase, 30
30
love
love.
to Vaughan. Vaughan looking like he's starting to run away with this set. Dodgy will currently
40
be
love.
rubbing his
Hazard
hands
a
together.
yard.
$5 cash out.
I'll still let it run.
Love.
Good serve.
Hazard a yard.
Must be
40 love.
Vaughan leading on the ace count.
Oh wow, That's a great
Game
cut volley.
to the receiver, 4 games to
love.
love.
All right, what does Ollie have to change here to get back in this?
Fault.
Stop making so many errors. Get that ball over the net.
Oh,
15 love.
Chat is very lively this week.
that's good. What I do like is that ball will never go penthouse flush back wall.
Yeah.
It's always going to skip on.
Always skips on.
So that is nice.
30 love.
Dead on starting to get a few more people.
That's right. Oh,
Three.
couple of cheap ones from
40
Vaughan. He doesn't
love.
want to
Yeah.
let Ollie get a little bit of momentum here. Like we said, it's easy for this. I mean, just in this sport, but on this court in particular, it's
Definitely.
easy to get a bit of momentum and then all of a sudden rattle off a couple of games in pretty short order.
There you go. Game. Quick one.
Game
1-4.
server, 1-4.
Dodgy maybe starting to get a little bit twitchy. Definitely a little bit of a
15
momentum
love.
shift happening right now.
Love. He's got to get away from that end, doesn't he, old Vaughan?
Yeah.
That's good. It's just leaning on that ball a little bit more, Ollie, all of a sudden.
Definitely.
Like
30
taking it
love.
early. Can't be passive out here. You've got to be
Oh.
the aggressor.
Vaughan showing a little bit of frustration.
Fault.
Pridmore. Lucky.
Oh, has he got it?
Good get.
Nice, great get.
One.
Oh, God. Oh.
That there from Pridmore for that
15,
side penthouse.
30.
That's just the prime example of how it skips on.
Yeah, classic.
And it's sort of anywhere else, it's usually point over.
Yeah, it looks easy from here, but I
yeah.
promise you, it is
It's
not.
40-15.
Go, Pridmore's got another game point.
Vaughan honestly has to keep it simple. He's just gone
Yep.
for a couple of forces where maybe he wasn't before. Honestly, just find the floor, find the
I
corners.
think that's sort of how he went 4-love up. He just played very simple.
I mean, the whole match, honestly,
Yep.
he's just kind of quietly plugged along.
Yep.
Stroke.
Like there, right? It's just a kind of solidish
30,
ball into the
40.
corner.
Just got to take that before that back wall.
It's so severe.
Not up.
Oh,
it's a
that's a
good
good
serve.
serve with the
Game
fist pump.
2 games to 4.
Here he comes.
The adrenaline is
Fault.
pumping. We want more Pridmore.
Chase the last
He's got
gallery.
a chase.
No stroke.
Needed it.
Yeah, it's big. He's been down there for a minute. Good get. Ooh, that's tough.
That main
That main
wall
wall
timber.
timber, yeah, it's hitting the
Killer.
middle of that back wall.
Yeah.
Tell you what, Pridmore gets this one. 3-4, all of a sudden.
Game on. Ooh.
30 love.
Mr. Bristol.
Yeah. Oh, that was almost winning gallery.
Yeah.
Oh,
four
chase,
boats.
chase 4.
Chase last gallery.
Wow. 40 love.
I'm not entirely sure what Vaughan was aiming at there. He confidently pummeled that into the floor. That's a great serve. Look at that fist pump. That one. What was the thought there? Yeah, let's take it back a little bit, Ryan. Can we? How much? Oh no, we've got to move along.
40 love, receiver leads.
This is not for my entertainment. This is
Last
for the
gallery.
this is for the people. Okay, 40 love, 2 Pridmore, last gallery chase, Vaughan serving. You sticking with Pridmore?
Oh, yeah.
How about
Even after
now?
that. After that.
15-40.
He's still, if he gets a chase.
He was
But that-
dumping that one and then he wanted a chase. I see.
Exactly.
That is next level. That's 4D chess right there. There it is.
There you
Look
go.
at that.
Hazard worse than a yard.
Max
15,
calling it
40.
early.
Suddenly, from being 4 love down, it's looking like the momentum's definitely switched in Pridmore's favour.
Yeah.
15-40.
Looks very
server
focused
leads.
right now.
Hazard worse than a yard.
The latest comment just says table tennis. Oh, I see. The bounce shot. Yep, I'm with you.
30-40.
Utilizing the glass. That was
a
the.
lot of that's
yep.
been going on this week.
Is that right? Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
Noah did it a couple of times.
Oh, he wants the
he's
chase.
done it
Oh,
again.
okay. This guy
30-40.
has a game plan.
Ooh.
Look at old Vaughny. Not just a hat rack. Look at that.
Tactical chase.
30-40. Receiver leads. Chase the line.
Chase the line. What does he serve? Do we think he nicks out a railroad?
Just had a private message from Dodgy trying to up the stakes.
Not so private now.
He must be earning some money right now.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh.
Oh, well, either way, it wins it.
Juice.
But we want to hear that gong ring. Pridmore would win the Real Tennis Chess Championship. Interesting. Well, my elo is
Not up.
750, so
Chase better than 2.
so I would last about 4 moves. Yeah. We have Freddie Bristow
I
here.
actually think Pridmore. It must have been Pridmore.
Advantage better than 2.
I think as like an under 12, he was like top 10 in Australia.
For chess?
Chess, yeah.
Wow. Okay. So
I'm assuming that's where that comment's coming from.
it's a niche stat.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know how to play
He was
chess.
top
so
10 under 12s.
something like that.
Advantage
Pretty sure.
server better than 2.
But yes, Vaughan's fought back from 40 love down. Pridmore has another game point. Better than 2.
That's good though. Oh, lost it worse than 2.
Game
Well marked,
server,
Ivan.
3 games to 4.
3-4.
The commentary booth agrees with you.
Hazard better than half.
Is that Hazard? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sliding on that one.
And this is a big game. Showing a lot of
15
frustration
love
here.
server. Worse than last gallery.
I agree with that one too. Ivan, you're nailing it.
Ivan marking from the dead on. I think I remember him marking the world champs from the net, right?
That's right. Look at that. Worse than 2. Never in doubt.
Definitely lost. the
Ollie had
chase.
it.
Very brave leave here, though. Wow.
Okay, 3-4.
15 love. Receiver leads. Hazard better than half a yard. Hazard.
That's a good ball. He did well there. As well, that
15
two-hander
all,
helps out.
worse than last gallery.
Kind of misread it a little bit.
Yeah.
Took it deep in the stance. Two hands, open stance. Very solid. Huge game. 5-3 versus 4 all is big difference.
Oh, that's good.
Same again, right? Like he can kind of, he's strong when he's
Yeah.
moving the wrong way,
30-15.
still a little open. Did well there, 30-15.
Currently got
I don't love the
89
bubble though.
viewers.
I don't know.
Yeah, the bobble. It's just so tough to get it.
On most courts, 90% of the time, I think that's the serve. I don't think it works here.
40-15.
40-15 to go 5-3 up.
Let's go for it again. I mean, if it's working.
Chase.
But that's why, unless you
Second
nick it out
gallery,
and have it roll,
40-15.
everything's so fast. It's going to come a couple of yards off that back wall. It's going to sit. You need to hit just above the nick or the nick, basically.
Yeah.
And even then, it's still probably going to come out a little bit. It's not.
Yeah. I mean, that's the I don't know if has anyone found a great serve
40-15.
here.
Not really. Not really.
I think a lot.
But then luckily everybody's a little off balance
Yeah.
on the return as well. So
Receiver
it's
leads,
been
second gallery.
Sort
been
of
tough.
evens it out a little bit. But yeah, it's tough.
good hands. Oh, he's done well there. 30-40.
Wow.
30-40.
Pridmore opting for the railroad a lot.
Fault.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's one of those things you just know the patterns of play. Like you can kind of.
Yeah. You just got to trust yourself to be able to cover that main wall.
Yeah. Just
But I
get that
guess
first one
the
back.
dead on's so small here that
They're going to miss a few.
yeah. I mean, percentage-wise,
It's probably not a bad idea.
yeah.
Down.
Oof.
Chase.
Wow, but there's a show.
Better than 3,
Just
30,
how
40.
severe it is. What do you call it? Better than 3. There we
3.
go.
It's harsh. I mean, Vaughan definitely did not rip that ball down in there.
Nah,
Just
nickish.
a little pushy
30-40.
backhand,
Server
which
leads.
turned out
Better
a
than
lot
3.
better than I think everyone expected. But Pridmore needs to do is find that floor, put Vaughan under pressure.
So going with railroad.
Lost it.
Lost
Worse
it.
than 4. Game server
5-3.
5-3.
Wow.
Chase. Better than half a yard.
Ooh, jeez, that must have been very good.
Perfect.
Ollie with his back against the
Fault.
wall here. Solid.
Out of court.
Okay.
Pridmore's just got to
15
dig in
love
now.
server.
Sounded down. We can't see it, but it's sounded like there was
30
Sounded.
bounce.
Yeah. 30 love. Pridmore's got to really find a chase here.
Fault. love.
Triple
Better
match
than
points.
half a yard.
But better than half a yard chase. $2 cash out.
$40 love. Chase better than half a yard.
Go on, Vaughan. Finish
Dead
with a
on.
flurry. Top corner. Back foot. Freaking nail it. Oh, he's come for it.
Chase.
In anywhere, in everywhere else but here.
15-40.
24.6% chance to win better than half. That feels high.
Oh,
Game,
there you
Game in the
go.
match.
The receiver.
Great match.
6-3.
Very,
match.
very close.
5-6.
Extremely tight. Well played, Vaughan.
6-3.
Yeah,
Well played, both guys.
definitely.
Vaughan Hamilton moves through to the qualifying match. Final
Noah
match of the day
Moats.
against Noah Moats, local hero.
There you go.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Max.
Yep, thank you very much, Ryan. Thanks, T.